This question, students will actually talk about connective tissue and its function. Okay, the full one was what? Explain connective tissue is more of like defining connective tissue, then highlight, sorry, there's a T here, right? Highlight its functions. Explain connective tissue and highlight its functions. So it's quite simple. Let me get the right pen for this. Um, okay, these are the different type of connective tissues, and everybody that was asked this question in biochemistry must actually use their knowledge of histology to answer this, right? So let's briefly go across the different types of connective tissues we have. We have areolar connective tissue, we have adipose tissue, we have fibrous connective tissue, we have blood. Okay, blood is a connective tissue. Osseous tissue, we have hyaline cartilage. So let's define connective tissue now and talk about what the functions. So when we're talking about the functions of connective tissue, you hear us talking about examples of those connective tissues that serve that function. That's why I quickly went through the types. Okay. So for definition, we say that connective tissue is like the body's universal glue. Let me tell you something. If you include this body's universal glue in your definition, if those marks were meant to be 5 marks, you have gotten 3 marks already, because wow, that thing is so suiting to the air. All right. So it actually supports, it binds, it protects other tissues and organs. All right. So for a cell to communicate to another cell, connective tissue is in between them. Okay. So it varies widely from the tough fibrous tissues we have to specialized connective tissues like the blood, the bone, and cartilages. You get it? So here's a breakdown of their primary functions. Now you are going to the second part of the question, which is what highlights its functions. Now for the functions, connective tissues help in support and structure. So when they say support and structure, your mind will now be going to the hard ones, right? So bones are connective tissues that give structure and support to the body. Also cartilages, right? Then binding, they also help in binding. Hope you guys are following. That's the second importance, right? So tendons and ligaments are connective tissues that would connect muscles to the bones and bones to each other. All right. Okay. So you see that where a muscle is, like when you look at your atlas, where muscles get to interact with the bones, you see like the muscle from flesh, it is becoming a tendon. You get, all right? And when bones interact with each other too, you have connective tissues there, right? Then protection. So cartilages, they basically help in what? Like lubricating, okay? So cartilage cushions the joint. They are in between a bone and a bone, so that a bone is not communicating with a bone, right? So that you are not having some friction. So you have some other diseases like that affect your joints, like osteoarthritis. That's when probably the cartilages will be eaten off or they become hard, and you find like, how will I put it? There is limited range of movement in that joint. Okay, so they actually help in what they protect the bones from wear and tear. Fat is another connective tissue that insulates and protects what organs. Okay, then for transport. Okay, so when they say connective tissues help in transport, you now start thinking about the ones that are soft, not the hard ones like structure and support again. So blood is a connective tissue that transport nutrients, gases, and waste products through the body. All right. So also some connective tissues help in storage. Okay. So adipose tissue is basically fat, adipocytes. That's fat cells, right? So they store energy. Okay. Fat cells store energy. So another so you if you notice something, right? Let me call your attention to this. In talking about the importance of this connective tissue, we didn't just list it without examples. We have different types of connective tissue. If you are saying this one has this function, you must actually what? List the type that has that function. All right. So adipose tissue store energies in the form of what? Lipids, and this helps to what? Insulate the body, and also helps to supply the body with what? ATP. All right. So this one is still showing what? Histological view of the different types of what? Connective tissue. So students actually watch videos for different reasons. So that's why I actually bring all these things. Deviate a little from the exam question. Okay. for those that actually came for different things. So that's it for what? Definition of connective tissues and the functions of connective tissues.